Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Clinton Monchuk, and I'm the Executive Director of Farm and Food Care Saskatchewan. For those of you who are just joining us for the first of the series, this is actually the second series we've done. Last one's was last week, and we're looking forward to learning more about canola oil this week. This is put on by Farm and Food Care Saskatchewan for the Egg in the City event, and it's a great opportunity to learn more about Canadian food, along with how to cook it and how it's raised. And we're going to get through some more of those things as we continue through this series. Obviously, this year we're holding everything online because of COVID, and we're doing it in conjunction with Canadian Food Focus. We're excited to partner with Canadian chefs, cookbook authors, home economists, and dietitians to not only learn more about how the great food in this country is grown and raised, but also learn more on how to cook it. We know you're going to enjoy the different discovery of the recipes that we have and the cook-alongs, and also learn a little bit more about how that food is being raised or grown. Stay tuned throughout the event for a chance to win prizes. We will have 2 prizes later on, so stay tuned for that as well for your participation. For today's session, we are going to be talking all about Canadian oil, so canola. So we're going to jump right in with registered dietitian Michelle Jaelin to learn how to make your own vinaigrettes. I know this is kind of something that we do in our own household, and hopefully you enjoy doing this with Michelle as much as we do. The recipe can be found on Canadian Food Focus's website, and the link is also going to be available in the comment section that you're going to see at the bottom as well. So with that, we're going to meet Michelle now. So Michelle is the nutrition artist. She's a great person too. She was actually out on a tours here in Saskatchewan. I got to know Michelle very well a few years back. She is a registered dietitian who uses her art education and skills to present nutrition science in an understandable way. She's a media dietitian and writer at nutritionartist.com, so you can go to her website and follow her on her social media channels, and food content developer who creates content on embracing cultural cuisine and authenticity. Michelle's vision is to inspire others to cook often, eat mindful, and embrace different food cultures. So with that, take it away, Michelle.
My name is Michelle Jaelin, and I'm a media registered dietitian, and I reside in Hamilton, Ontario. My passion is helping you make more informed food and nutrition choices through media and communications. DIY salad dressing is very easy to make, so you don't need to buy it from the store. The best thing about DIY salad dressing is you can customize it however you like. Canola oil is a Canadian ingredient, and there are over 43,000 canola farmers in Canada. Canola oil is also one of the healthiest and most versatile cooking oils available. Its neutral flavor allows the flavors of the herbs and spices in the vinaigrette to shine through. The ratio is 2 parts canola oil to 1 part acid to 1 part emulsifier plus seasoning of your choice. Let me show you how it's done. So what exactly do we mean when we say the ratio is 2 parts canola to 1 part acid to 1 part emulsifier plus seasonings? Well, I'm going to talk about what each of them are. So let's start with an acid. An acid can be a vinegar or some kind of citrus. So really popular vinegars would be things like rice vinegar, balsamic vinegar like I used today in the recipe, red wine vinegar. That's going to be your acid if you want to use a vinegar. So in terms of a citrus, popular ones are lemon, lime, and grapefruit. So let's talk about emulsifiers. Now, when you make your own salad dressing and you have the acid in the oil, you need a component to it to stabilize both the acid and the oil together. That's what an emulsifier is. So my favorite emulsifiers are either honey or mustard. And with mustard, you can use a variety of different ones. We have a lot of really great, delicious Canadian mustard, grainy mustard, Dijon. Those ones are always very popular and great to use in your own salad dressing. So be sure to experiment with many different types of Canadian mustards, Dijon to classic to honey mustard. Those are all excellent choices. And because you can customize your salad dressings however you like, be sure to try a lot of different variations for lots of tasty creations. How much do you really know about canola oil? Let's take a few minutes to learn more about this Canadian oil.
Canadian farmers grow a lot of different crops. I'll bet many of them make their way to your table every day. Out of all of them, canola is the most versatile in your kitchen and an excellent choice for a healthy diet. Canola is easy to spot by its bright yellow flowers. These beautiful fields swaying in the wind have become a common sight on the prairie landscape. By harvest time, the flowers have been pollinated, formed pods, and filled up each tiny canola seed with up to 43% canola oil. That's a really efficient crop. Canola is 100% Canadian and was first bred on the prairies by scientists at the University of Manitoba and Ag Canada research stations in the late 1960s and early 1970s. The first variety was called Tower. Dr. Balder Stephenson and Dr. Keith Downey used traditional plant breeding methods to produce erucic acid and glucosinolates found in rapeseed, compounds that lack nutritional properties, leaving them with a new crop they called canola. The word canola is a combination of the words Canadian and oil. Pretty cool, huh? Canola oil has exploded in popularity to become one of the most widely used cooking oils in the world. It can be used as a great substitute for almost any other oil. It also provides livestock with great high-protein feed. Canola meal is a byproduct from crushing canola seeds to make canola oil. So there you have it, canola, a crop grown right here in Canada that's being enjoyed by people all over the world.
Okay, now that was great, and I hope you were listening very closely because this brings up trivia question number 1. I'm going to read the question out and you can just answer it in the comments section. And if you're the correct respondent and you're the first one, then we will send you a gift from Canola Eat Well. So again, if you were listening, this will be pretty easy. The trivia question is, the word canola comes from what other 2 words? Okay, canola comes from 2 words. What 2 words are they? Again, just put it in the comments section here in the chat and we will select one of the winners and someone will notify you afterwards. So the correct answer is Canada and oil. So 100% developed here in the great country of Canada, and something that really all of us should be proud of, having canola made here as a Canadian product. So thank you very much for playing. We're gonna have one more draw later on, and so just keep on listening, and I'm gonna have Michelle take it back over.
So because canola is also cost effective, it's ideal to be used to make your own salad dressings every day. So now I'm going to make my vinaigrette recipe for the recipe I'm making, which is a barley salad with spinach and strawberries. So remember, the ratio is we have 2 parts canola oil to 1 part of our acid to 1 part emulsifier and a teaspoon of whatever seasoning you like. Here I have maple syrup on the side here. It's added as an extra sweetener. It's up to you if you want to add it. I think it really makes the flavors go very well in this salad recipe. So I'm going to put in all ingredients into my jar. So this is my jar. I'm going to add my canola oil. Remember, that's my oil. I'm going to add this. So this here is actually balsamic vinegar, and it's about 3 tablespoons of that. Then I'm going to add here my grainy mustard. That is my emulsifier, and I'm going to put that in as well. Now this particular one has maple syrup added as a sweetener, so I have that here, and I'm going to add it in as well. And then the last thing I'm going to add is freshly ground black pepper, which I already ground earlier, and that's going to go in. So everything is now in the jar, and this is the easiest way to make a lot of these dressings. I'm going to put the lid on, see how it looks like. It's like this, and I'm just going to shake it. I'm going to shake it up. And there is your homemade vinaigrette salad dressing. It was super easy to do, and this should last in your refrigerator for about 3 to 5 days. Now, in terms of nutrition, because canola oil is low in saturated fat, that means that this salad dressing will not solidify when you put it in the fridge. The other thing to note is when it comes to eating salad, we want to eat it with some healthy fat. And that's because healthy fats help our bodies to absorb fat-soluble vitamins. So vitamins A, D, E, and K, those all are better absorbed by our bodies when we have a source of fat. So even if you're making a dip with canola oil, remember that with your veggies, it's really great to have it with a great source of healthy fats like canola oil in order to maximize the nutritional benefits of the vegetables you're eating.
Well, thank you very much, Michelle, for that. It really is looking great. And now we have a quick video to play you, just kind of explaining a little bit how that canola gets from the field and processed to your plate. Enjoy.
Canola was developed by plant scientists at the University of Saskatchewan and University of Manitoba in the 1970s using traditional plant breeding techniques. It is now one of Canada's most important crops. Canola is grown on over 43,000 family farms, mostly in the prairie provinces. About 20 million tons of canola seed is produced each year, contributing about a quarter of the revenue that Canadian farmers receive for their crops. Canola is a plant and member of a large family of plants called crucifers. About 90% of Canada's canola has now been modified using biotechnology to make it tolerant to some herbicides. Biotechnology is a highly regulated industry in Canada, and it can take up to 15 years of research, testing, and evaluation before a new biotech crop is approved for human consumption by the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. Canola processing facilities are located close to where canola is grown. Canada has 14 crushing and refining facilities that can crush 10 million tons of canola each year. Canola seeds go through a series of heating and pressing mechanisms to draw out the oils at the right temperature and quality. The oil is then refined to improve the color, flavor, and shelf life. The solids remaining after the oil is removed are processed into protein-rich canola meal that is used for livestock feed. Canola oil is a heart-healthy oil that is low in saturated fat and a source of omega-3 polyunsaturates. Canola oil's neutral taste, light texture, and high smoke point make it one of the most versatile oils in your kitchen. It is also a key ingredient for the food industry. As well, canola meal's high protein content makes it an efficient source of protein for livestock, poultry, and even fish. In fact, research shows that compared to diets containing meal from other protein sources, canola meal increases milk production by 1 liter per dairy cow per day. After refining, canola oil is bottled and shipped to grocery stores or sold in bulk to restaurants and food processors across North America. Canola oil accounts for more than half of all vegetable oil consumed in Canada. It's third on the list worldwide, behind palm oil and soybean oil. Production and consumption of Canadian canola oil contributes almost $30 billion each year to the Canadian economy.
Now that you know what those yellow flowers are when you're driving by on the highway in the prairies, you now know that that is canola. Those blossoms eventually make the pods that make canola seeds, and that is where we get our oil. So it's time for trivia question number 2. The right response that we select from one of the contestants who puts their answer in the comment section will receive a prize from Canola Eat Well. So if you were listening to Michelle, she said this in terms of the ratio that they use for making your own salad dressing. So the ratio is 1 part acid, 1 part emulsifier, and 2 parts of what? Put your comments or your answer in the comment section. I'll read it again. When you're making your own salad dressing, the right ratio or guidance in terms of making it is 1 part acid, 1 part emulsifier, and 2 parts of what? Again, just put your answer in the comment section and we will select a winner. So the correct answer, winning a prize from Canola Eat Well, will be 1 part acid, 1 part emulsifier, and 2 parts cooking oil. And obviously, we're using canola oil. We will follow up with the winner, and we're going to get right back to Michelle right now.
So now I'm going to assemble my recipe, which is a barley salad with spinach and strawberries. So these are my ingredients. I have real Canadian barley here. This is pot barley, but you're also welcome to use pearl barley. It's already been prepared here, and I prepared it as per package directions. So depending on which barley you choose to use, it's going to change how long you're going to cook it. I've got 4 cups here of roughly chopped spinach, 2 cups of sliced strawberries, 1 celery stick that has been chopped small. Here I have some green onions, I've got goat cheese, and I've got some chopped toasted pecans. Now remember, we do have the recipe linked up for you, so be sure to check that out. So now I'm going to assemble my salad. So I'm going to add my barley to my spinach. This is my celery, it's going in. Strawberries. Green onions, this is 2 green onions chopped. And before I add my goat cheese, I'm gonna stir it up a little bit. I'm gonna mix it up. And remember that we're gonna be using our salad dressing, our homemade salad dressing. And remember the ratio, it's 2 parts oil to 1 part acid, 1 part emulsifier, and then about a teaspoon of whatever herbs and spices you want to use. So there's that right there. And I'm gonna add in my goat cheese now. Love goat cheese. Gonna put that in. It goes really nicely with strawberries. And the last thing I'm going to add is my pecans. You want to toast your pecans for a bit. They really bring out the flavors, and I'm just going to throw that on top. Now I'm going to add my dressing. So here it is, and I'm just going to pour it on top, just like that. Always store your homemade salad dressings and vinaigrettes in the fridge. They last in the fridge for about 3 to 5 days. Note the Canadian ingredients. I've got Canadian canola, I have maple syrup, barley, and grainy mustard. So a lot of different Canadian ingredients in this nice salad. And there is your barley salad with spinach and strawberries. So I hope everyone has fun creating their own vinaigrettes at home. The best thing about DIY salad dressing is you can customize it however you like.
Well, thank you very much, Michelle, for the cook along and allowing us to understand better on how we can make our own vinaigrette. It really does look great and something that I think we can all just do at home too. So for all those watching, remember you can actually find that link to the recipe in the chat section. It also is on CanadianFoodFocus.org. I just want to thank everybody for listening in today and being part of this. I'd remind you to check out our Ag in the City learning pages to find out other fun facts about food and farming. Look for the Ag in the City icon, and it'll help you answer the trivia questions that are part of our Ag in the City Trivia contest. Check back as often as you can, because there will be new questions that will come in with every webinar that is done. You could win one of 3 prize packages, which include a hardwood cutting board and a $50 gift certificate. Also, feel free to check us out and follow us on CanadianFoodFocus.org, as well as all the social media channels around Canadian Food Focus. There's numerous recipes, articles about healthy Canadian ingredients, and videos about farming and all the great food that's grown here in this wonderful country called Canada. So as mentioned, this is the second one out of a total of 5. So the next one will be same time on Thursday, April the 22nd, when we're going to be cooking sheet pan omelets with Andrea Bucket. So until then, I want to say thank you very much for attending. I wish you all the best, and we will talk to you soon.